In this brief demonstration, I'm going to show how you can set up a gallery of images in Foliobook and browse them. Foliobook currently has 3 galleries available. They're labelled when you start up Portfolio 1, Portfolio 2 and Portfolio 3, but we can change that. For the moment though, let's just go into the first of these portfolios, and when we open up for the first time, there are no images in there, and there are just some instructions about how to format and put photos into the gallery. So just tapping on this screen brings up a menu, and in the menu we have an edit button, which brings us to the sorter, the slide sorter view, which allows us to bring in pictures and organize them into the correct sequence we want to display to people. The plus button allows us to add photos from the iPhoto library. So let's just add a few for an example to show here. Just a few photos in horizontal format at random at the moment. So we've picked out 8 pictures. You can put up to 100 pictures in this in a single gallery, although many professional photographers will only want to put in a smaller number than that. But for people who want to show off, for example, a book's worth, 100 can be quite handy. There are a number of things you can do in this slide sorter. The most important thing is moving things around into the correct order. So let's suppose we want to start our gallery off with this image here. We can just hold down with our finger and drag the image over here and let go, and we've sorted our images. If we decide there's an image we don't like, a single click on it highlights it. Actually we can take 2, and then we can hit the dustbin icon, and if we want we can delete those images, which we don't want to do at the moment. Clicking anywhere in the surround allows you to deselect those images. So that's it for creating a gallery. There's one other feature I'll briefly show you here that you can do here. You can pick a couple of images, hit this icon here, and it will create a custom email that you can send to somebody containing the images you've selected from that. We'll cancel that for the moment. So we're done. We can hit the done button, and now we can view the images. We now have a slide viewer that allows us the normal kinds of slide viewing. This is all simulated rather than on a real iPad, so it's a little bit slower than it would be on the real thing. Now, here we have a slideshow viewer, and this is predominantly how we demonstrate our work to a client or somebody. When we tap on this, we bring up these controls that are visible at the moment, but as soon as we hit one of the play buttons, the controls will vanish. Tapping the screen brings the controls back, and we can stop a slideshow in progress. With the slideshow stopped, we can choose the preferences here and choose for a number of different transitions and durations of slides. We can also turn on autoplay, which means that all the slideshows will automatically start as soon as you come into them rather than having to do anything. So we'll leave that on for the moment. And we're using a wipe transition, which is that cinematic wipe of one image over the other. There's also a dissolve transition and something we call the Foliobook transition. So let's just have a look at a dissolve. If we swipe with our finger across the screen, it will dissolve from one image to the next. We can go both ways with our finger swiping. Or we can use these buttons here to do the same thing. If I start the slideshow playing, we can just watch it slide. Hit the button again and choose the preferences. And now we can watch what happens when we change the duration and the transition in real time. This allows us quite a lot of control. Sometimes some slideshows look a lot better with certain durations of showing a slide and the transition itself. We can switch to a different transition, such as the wipe, and we can change these parameters and watch what happens to them. Or we can choose a different transition as well, and back again. So let's say that we'll stick with the dissolve for the moment. Quite a fast dissolve and a fast transition at the moment. And go back to our home screen. So that's how we set up one of our galleries. We can have at the moment up to 3. And let's just go into it and see what we've created. So we go, the gallery automatically transitioning as you wish. Of course, if you just tap this, if you just want to go manually, you can simply press that to stop the slideshow, and then return to manual swiping between the images. You can also use a pinch gesture. That was emulated on this simulator, so normally you'd see your two fingers pinch, and that will close down the gallery.